Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I don't come back to you giving you any more promises and I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to keep promising you guys that I'm going to do my videos every single day or anything like that, but I do need to get more consistent because I am so appreciative of those who are continuing to support my channel. I love you guys. I thank you. I have some special friends out there that I've known for a long time that are supporting me, and I want to thank them so much. And all of you new subscribers and people that are following me, even though I have like a small little group, I appreciate those small numbers because I know that it takes that to get to where you will want to have like a bigger following. It takes that to get where you want to go. So all of y'all are my really true, my faithful, true subscribers, and I appreciate you. I just wanted to come to you today. I'm off the, I wouldn't say high, but I would say like off of it's just such an awe of watching The Art of War with not pastor, but his minister Ewing and Tiffany Montgomery. If you haven't checked that out, go and check out it was brought to my attention while I was in error. I was in error trying to seek information from psychics. I was visiting psychics, and this was years and years ago, maybe like it had to be at least 20 years ago. I mean, I was like in my early college life. I was I'm aging myself, but I was in college and I used to visit psychics on a regular basis with friends, and we were just doing it out of fun, just wanted to see what the future held for us, trying to make career decisions, trying to see if we were picking the right careers, whatever the case may be. We sought what we thought was an easy remedy, but it was opening doors to things that God was not pleased with. And the reason I know he wasn't pleased with it is because of how opening those doors led me down a slippery slope really quick until I had to make my allegiance known to him. So as I visited these psychics, I would get information, and that was kind of like leading me to the same it was just leading me down the same path. Like each psychic would say something similar to the effect of there being an altar or a covenant erected, a covenant on my life, or brought on an altar from some source that saying that I wasn't going to be able to be married and I wasn't going to have a successful relationship ever because of something that was done generations back. And this psychic was saying this to me on several occasions. I heard it and I told my friends about it, and it kind of like scared me at the time. But the last psychic that I visited, I spent a lot of money trying to find this one because I wanted to get to the bottom of it. And at the time I thought that the only way I could get to the bottom of it was to visit a better psychic. And when you're in the world and you thinking of worldly solutions, of course you're going to go to the biggest and best and whatever that is. And I was seeking the wrong information because, you know, it was just like a money pit, of course, but at the time I thought that was the only resolution or the only solution to the problem. And so even though I was in a relationship at the time, I just felt like, it wasn't going in the area of marriage. It wasn't going in the area of marriage. It wasn't leading to that. It had no signs of leading in that direction. So it could be very possible. At the time I thought that, I might not be able to get married one day. But even with me knowing that, I didn't have any, what do you call it? Like I never really wanted to be married at the time. At the time, I just wasn't seeking marriage, and it may be because of the age I was, or it was because I've seen a lot of women, like I was exposed to a lot of women doing it on their own growing up, because I had a lot of aunts and my mom and different people, women around me who were successful at being single moms, and they made it look like I guess to say they were blessed, but they really made it look like a glamorous way to go. I know my mom struggled in certain areas, but she was a awesome saver, an awesome woman, a strong woman. She was able to do a lot of things that some men even looked up to her, because she was so independent and so successful in her own ability to. She didn't have a great job, but she made it work, and she did great things with the amount that she was given. She was a great steward over her resources, which may have been a testament to the generation she was from, but she really was. She made it look like it was easy. So I didn't have any kind of like aspirations for marriage at that time. I was raised to be very independent and self-sufficient, and my mom always said, she wanted that for me, but it wasn't a goal of mine. But this psychic was telling me that it wasn't even a possibility. So I was kind of like, I'm always one of those people that believe that every day I wake up with new options, and I always have an opportunity through God to make anything happen. So I wanted to hear more about why this lady was saying that I wasn't going to have the option to be married. The option part is what I had placed a little idol towards fear, because of the fact that I just felt like it wasn't an option, because this lady was saying that wasn't going to happen, and I just couldn't see not having an option, which more than anything scared me. So not a fear, but I'm just saying not anymore, but because I proved her wrong, but God proved her wrong. So this lady promised me that if I brought her a certain amount of money, she would deliver me of this curse that was placed on my life by some previous ancestor, and that she would deliver me, and I would be able to get married, and this option would be back on the table for me. And so rather than to believe that, I fought with that paying that money to her, and I fought with that decision to go back to her so many days, because I would see like relationship turmoil, and I'm like, well, is she right? And I actually fought it for like maybe a whole decade, because I would think about going back if she was still there. And something in my spirit said, if you don't support the altar, how is it going to continue to, you don't support the covenant, the curse, how is it going to continue to thrive? How is it going to continue to thrive unless you put more belief in it? And there was something in me that felt like the more faith I placed in my God over that actual threat, that the more strength that he would give me to have the option again. And in my heart, I believe that was the delivering thing for me. Like that was the delivering moment. Like God just wanted me to show my faith in him versus this other opposing force that I was continuously playing with. God wanted me to put my foot down to that and place my faith in him. And although I had the resources to pay her, I have actually sat at night and had the money in my hand and thought about going back to her and said, and put that money back in my pocket. Because I'm like, well, at first I was like, I ain't giving her no $300, because I always felt that way. Like anything I had to pay for that would release something intangible that I had no belief in, like I was just like, oh, if I gotta pay for it, then it ain't real. Because my God never told me in my heart that paying for a deliverance was an option. That's not something I ever read in the Bible. So I felt like if half of these things that were idolistic in this world are made of things that were biblical being misinterpreted and misconstrued, then they really misconstrued if they read that you're gonna get delivered for some money. I always felt that way. So even when I heard that whole plant a seed for deliverance and plant a seed for such and such, I just never believed that, because I actually tried it a few times at church, and when they were talking that nonsense, and it never really panned out to anything. So if I couldn't get it to pan out to anything there, that was another reason I was just like, I couldn't do it, I can't do it. But I fought with it. At times I had my weak moments. I fought with going back to her and seeing if that was actually true and if some kind of miracle breakthrough was going to happen as soon as I paid her. And guys, let me tell you, after, I think maybe it might have been, well, I got married at least, let's see, it's at least 15 years after that. And Lord, I tell you, I've had the happiest marriage that I have witnessed in my own life. I haven't witnessed one better, and I just thank God for it, because I really believe that it's a testament to me choosing him over fear, for one, and for two, over altars and over covenants that of the past. Like, I chose him, and I was faithful. I was faithful when I didn't have the resources to do anything. You know, I had the resources to do something different. I could have chose to do something different. I had many resources and avenues to get to that, to choose something negative. And I chose him over whatever it was. Like, each time, like, you know, I also chose faith over fear in the matter of relationships. Like, I've always felt that since I've been abandoned, I was an orphan, a ward of a court at the age of 15. And I graduated college, have a master's degree, all these things that I accomplished, not on my own, but by resources provided through God. So I always felt like, regardless of whatever fears I had, God had always given me provision. So why should I choose now to place fear over faith in this particular situation? But I just say all this to say that art of war is a real deal. It is a real deal. There are generational curses. They do come up in your lives. And I don't know if that's the only one that I might confront one day, but I feel like I have a good standing, a good footing in faith that it could help me to overcome whatever that next one may be. Because I do know that in Ephesians 6:12, it says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world, and against spiritual wickedness in high places. So if it's spiritual wickedness in high places, we're going to have to renew our spirit every day in God, which is the highest of all holy places, which is the opposite of all this wickedness of this world. You're going to have to renew yourself every day. So I say all that to say, go back and watch The Art of War. Is well worth it. It's well worth it to sit down and write down some of the things you think that is a common occurrence in your family, and be aware of what's going on around you. Maybe God's trying to show you something that you need to be delivered from, and you can get yourself out of the constant rhythm of repeating lessons if you just sit down and focus on the one that you're supposed to learn. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I thank all my new subscribers. I appreciate you. I promise to try harder with my persistence and my consistency on this channel. And I felt that God was leading me to say this to you today. Go out and be blessed, be a blessing, and have faith in whatever it is that you believe that he's showing you to do for him and for his kingdom. Love y'all. Take care. See you in the next video.